Yeah, yeah.
Oh, I'm okay in correcting that. But how hard have you found it as far as being able to speak your truth?
It's been a little difficult only because well, first, me speaking my truth isn't really to get anybody to be on my side. That's one thing about it. I don't care about nobody being on my side. I have thick skin, so it's like, I'm gonna speak my truth. And if you guys don't agree with it, I mean, it doesn't matter because this is what it is, you
Mm-hmm.
know? So I guess the only difficult part is really just listening and listen to other people's feedback when it comes to my truth. Or when it comes to um, my wife, still my wife, and us, our back and forth. You know what I'm talking about? Because I always
Mm-hmm.
say a lot of women, because most women most of the people who watch the show are women, and probably about 90% possibly. And
Yes.
it's like women empowerment and all that type stuff. But I always tell people, I don't care. It shouldn't be gender bias. It's like if if a person is being, it's so crazy because it's like if this person's over here, being honest and
Mm-hmm.
telling their truth, and don't get mad when this man says that he want to talk too. It's like you guys expect for the women the only ones to be able to have like a open forum and be able to say whatever you want to say, and then a man should just be quiet when it comes to this type of stuff. And I'm like, hell no, I'm not that type of dude. No, I would not be that type of dude. So I'm gonna speak my truth, and anybody can speak theirs too. Though I'm gonna defend myself from here on out. That was me saying I'm no longer protecting nobody. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. I can,
So
and it's much harder because we only see a small portion
of
of you all.
course,
So
yeah,
it's much harder when with that. And I've seen that with different reality people who are in reality TV. They'll say, "Hey, it's y'all see one small portion. Meanwhile, I'm living this life 24/7." So, and people will go ahead and just go ahead and say that one little bit, and that's what they run with.
yeah,
One of the
yeah.
things also that's been associated with you has been they tend to call you a narcissist. Why do you think that is?
I don't know. I mean, really, because like
Mhm.
on the last interview, I mentioned that I think everyone has a little bit of narcissism in them. Apparently,
You have to.
yeah, I guess. I just have to look that damn definition up. Not too long ago, like, damn, a narcissist. What is that? I mean, I heard people call it Donald Trump a narcissist, but damn, when it relates to me, like, what is it?
And nobody wants
So
to be associated with old Donna.
for real.
Nobody wants to be affiliated with
Yeah,
that.
yeah. So,
Nobody at all. So
but
what do you say to when you say when dealing talking about being a narcissist? Because a lot of times people will say the camera can't show something that's not there. So do you think it's just a matter of editing or just a matter of the situation? And again, going back to that bias, could that be a possible?
well, first, do you think that I'm a narcissist? And looking at what you see on TV and things of that nature, I'm just curious. Do you?
Um,
And then if so, um, like where, like what would make me like a somewhat of a narcissist?
I would say the thing that would have made me lean towards saying yes would have been the conversation from like last season. But again, it was only hearing a portion of it. You still have to be fair. Now, after this last episode, that changed my mind. I was
Hmm.
like, no, no. He just it's just a matter of who he is and what he's speaking about. But before it was like, well, in previous seasons, like, well, you wasn't taking care of me, you wasn't pleasing me, little things like that.
And I'm
Like,
gonna still speak that shit. I'm sorry. I'm still gonna say that. You know
yeah,
what I'm saying?
yeah,
It's like if the two of us in a relationship, we married, and
yes,
it's you and it's me,
mm-hmm,
and that's what it's supposed to be. And I'm supposed to take care of you. I'm the man, so it's like I'm gonna be out here working my ass off, and then I'm gonna go a step further. I'm gonna be a great dad. I won't just be a dad or a good dad. I'm gonna be a great dad. You understand what I'm saying? So
mm-hmm,
now I'm stepping over into your lane, being just as a good a parent as you are. You understand what I'm saying?
mm-hmm.
And I'm supporting you. I'm pushing you to be great. A lot of people got things misconstrued when they say that you don't want your wife to be great. I said, what the fuck, y'all? So y'all don't know me apparently,
Well,
because
you
I've
never would
been
have went on the show. Like, you can tell that you never would have went on the show if you wasn't with it.
no, no, no. See, there we go. This
Yeah,
was a sacrifice that I made for my wife to be on this show. First off, you know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But years ago, 7, 8, 9 years ago, I asked Melody, what do you want to do in life, you know?
Mm-hmm.
Because, you know, we were school teachers and stuff back then, you know. It's like, what do you want to do? You know, I know construction ain't your thing. Construction is my thing. You know, building houses, renovating houses, want to be a bit, that's my thing. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So it's like, what do you want to do? You know, she told me she wanted to be on TV. And I told her that day, I forget what I was driving. I don't know, my Lincoln Navigator or something like that. But it's like, we're going to make this happen. You know, all the way to American Idol. I pushed her to audition for American Idol back in the day and all that. It's like, people got it so twisted. But it's like, I always wanted my wife to shine way ahead of me. I've always wanted to be in the background. I always pushed her to be great. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
So I've never been that person like, baby, no, I don't want you to do, no, but I want you to take care of me. I want you to take care of home.
Taken care of.
I mean, because at the end of the day, you are a wife, you are a mother. You understand? So it's like, you can't discount that.
You can't, but did you not take into consideration that when getting into television, that's going to take away from some things, or it's going to?
We wasn't in television back then. We weren't in television then.
Okay.
We were some grinders though. You know.
Okay.
We were business owners. We were young entrepreneurs. You know, really handling our business. You know, a lot of the things that, you know, I tried to get her involved with different organizations and stuff like that in the city. You know, because I had a plan. You follow me? I wanted us to get the money, then the power, and all that kind of stuff, and we're on our way to that. But you know, it's had some hiccups. You know.
Okay, so in those hiccups, the reality is that now we know that there was an affair. And I'm be honest. Let me be very clear. That long, I don't call that no affair. That's another whole relationship, in my opinion.
Yeah, I mean, it is, but you know.
Yes, it's another whole relationship. At what point did you basically, as they say, check out when it came to the marriage?
I mean, you guys can ask my wife. I never checked out. I've always, like, I mean, it's crazy because, you know, Melody had mentioned this to me. I think she mentioned on TV too that what's so scary, Martell, quote now, like, what's so scary, Martell, is you never changed. You know, like you came home, like I never hung out, like I don't hang out, I don't party, I don't drink, don't smoke, none of that. You know, I probably go out like 2 or 3 times a year, and that has been the same thing since Melody has known me.
Okay.
But you know, come home, like I take care of home, take care of my kids, supportive of my children, take them to sign them up for stuff, you know, athletics or whatever, and I'm there. So I just never switched up anything.
But somebody checked out because we had a divorce. So somebody said, I can't do it, I'm done. Somebody had to get that.
You know,
right now.
Because,
somebody say that.
Yeah, it's because I continued. Well, we both continued to be on the wrong side of the tracks.
Okay.
I don't know if that makes sense to you, but we both, but my wrong side of the track was too wrong. You follow me?
Yes.
Yeah, so my side of the track was too wrong. And yeah, and just
okay. Yeah. So in following everything is no evidence. I told you on sugarcoat. There's a baby on the way. There's a baby on the way. How do you plan to handle this situation with the new baby, or is the baby here? I didn't keep up with
I don't either. You gotta whoever. I ain't pregnant.
You saying a baby over there?
Yeah.
Is there a baby on the way, Martell? Is there a baby on the way?
You have to stay tuned into the show.
Okay.
Yeah, stay tuned into the show to see the real. Yeah.
Oh, let me ask you this, and some people may say that it's harsh or hateful. When we were growing up, there were a lot of things our parents could hide from us. You know, that we didn't know until it was time for us to know. Because of social media and internet, there are a lot of things that your children will see that before time. How do you plan to be able to explain that? First, how do you plan to be able to explain that to your daughters, your behavior in the marriage? And not necessarily blaming anybody, but just your behavior.
It's gonna be difficult. You know, the questions has already come up. So I don't know. It's gonna be pretty difficult to have that conversation with my children. So
yes,
I don't know. I'm still trying to get it figured out. you know, it's gonna be tough. Like I said, but they're asking the questions and things like that. But you know, I'm letting them know that we'll discuss this at a later date until I really get it figured out. Melanie, now we need to work on some things, and we need to discuss more things in depth
Mhm.
before we really present certain things to my children.